Hey guys, you are listening and watching Real Talk with Miss Dagmara live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we are going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Use the black mic.
The black mic is the one we need. Where's Black Mike though?
Yeah, where is Black Mike?
Where is he? Where is he? Where he at?
Well, we're trying, and I appreciate the fact that everybody's tuned in. Clearly, that's love right there. People are really excited about
hanging in there.
Right, people are really excited about reclaiming their time today. Yeah,
That's funny.
she's the worst. She's the worst. But what else can she do but to laugh right now? You know, she's the worst. She's the worst.
Yeah. I don't dance now. I make money moves.
Hey. Well, she just created her own little trap song here.
Right?
Her own version. I mean, Cardi is winning. If we're going to talk about reclaiming
Let's
something.
talk about Cardi.
I mean,
knows all the
came
entertainment.
up
come on.
real quick.
Like, with the snap, the thing I really like about Cardi is the background story. Like, if we have to be honest about it.
Tell us.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of people didn't know who Cardi B was until Love and Hip Hop.
I didn't.
And
I didn't even know her
back then.
through that because I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
See, and a lot of those girls go on the show and they're plugging like their talents, like their music, and that's
Right.
what she was doing. But of course, getting caught up in all the drama. And then she said it was coming to the point to where she really wanted to be taken seriously as an artist, so she had to choose between filming on Love and Hip Hop or getting in the studio.
Okay, so she left Love and Hip Hop and then just focused strictly on her music.
Correct. And then she basically got sent, I guess, the song, which ended up being Bodak Yellow,
Yeah.
recorded it on the flight.
What does that mean, by the way? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I thought that it was a play off of Kodak.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I thought it was a play
just
off of
wondering
Kodak.
if anybody out there knows what Bodak Yellow means.
I don't know. I'm sure she said it once, but I just felt like it was just really boss at the fact that at the end of the day, it was a gamble that she had to make a choice. Like, either you keep going on the show and it's not 110% what you want to do, hoping to be able to transition to what you want to do, or you could just choose to take the gamble and just go all in. And I mean, she went all in and literally Bodak took off.
But how did she go from like 0 to 100 like real quick like that?
I mean,
That's
did
what
you
I
hear
don't
the
get.
beat? I mean, sometimes.
Okay.
Did you hear the beat? I mean, the beat alone, it had people stopping, and then there was this whole bloody shoe thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
What, with Louboutin shoes, you mean?
I mean, basically, yeah. She hit him with.
But
the,
see, she doesn't even wear Louboutin. She wears Steve Madden.
But see, she didn't.
No. She wore them on stage at the concert I went to.
She didn't have to.
Oh, she sure did.
She just got thousands of people to say, her bloody shoes, and it was a wrap. So sometimes,
Actually, it was the money moves, I think.
Yeah,
was it the money moves?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that the whole fake it till you make it standpoint, or just believing so much in the fact that you're that good, because some people could say,
It was just a strong, feminine rap. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And we
she
needed
just
it.
had it. She just did it.
we needed it.
You guys missed it. Kay was talking about her Reclaim campaign.
Yeah.
And we'll have her repeat that. Meanwhile, I do this real quick. But tell us about your Reclaim campaign.
Yes, I'm excited. So basically, in resigning, I met a lot of other women that were resigning from specific things that they felt were holding them back from like achieving their dreams or their purpose. So I mean, I met amazing women that were resigning from unhealthy relationships. I met women that actually packed up their entire life and moved across the country. I met people that even did something slight to where it was redefine how they communicated with their husband or with their kids. Like the wife that he may have known, she resigned from that and she renewed how she chose to interact in that relationship. So we really want to highlight these stories that we don't hear very often about boss women making boss decisions to ultimately better themselves and their families. And we're creating it into this series called the modern woman's ultimate reclaim, which we're going to be filming. I'm really excited about this spring. We're going to head down to Atlanta, DC, and of course in LA, do some stops in Houston. So I'm really excited about that. So you can definitely go and check out our Facebook page, the Reclaim Campaign, as well as our Instagram, the Reclaim Campaign, just to stay abreast of what we're doing. And if you have any stories about where you reclaimed your voice, your message, your faith, I know that was a big one for certain women, to where they have gone through so many things and they have to really get closer to God, and because of the choice and decision that they made, it kind of like came all together, or they kicked that man to the curb because he was occupying too much mental capacity. Let me tell you, too much space in between the ears was being occupied and nothing was getting done the way it needed to get done.
I love it.
Come on, so resign from that relationship and go ahead and walk into your stuff.
That's right.
Walk into your blessing.
Yes,
right?
yes. And
That's what I think is good too. Sometimes you got to let go of some people, and then God will just kind of open doors.
Yes, for sure. That's the hard part. A lot of people aren't, and I think that's where the faith thing comes into play. How do you let something go to lay hold of something that you don't currently have and that you don't see? It really challenges just kind of like how you value yourself, and as well as how strong your faith is. So I think that's the other part about it that's really, really huge. Like, reclaiming our time means that we're bold enough to sit up there and say stuff like, do you not understand, like, I am the table? Like,
Yes.
Like, a lot of times we may not have been bold enough to say that now, but like, you come to the table, you go on these dates, and it's an interview process, and they're
He's
kind of like,
so what do you bring to the table?
right, and you're like, oh, the table, this thing, this thing
right
here, like, you're
me.
welcome,
this?
welcome.
What's it like dating out there now?
In LA? Yeah.
Everywhere. What do you do?
I love how you guys skipped always. Everybody's married at the same. Okay, it goes to me. Great, the woman in the middle. Dating, okay, and specifically in LA, you're just talking about dating in general.
In general.
Okay, in general, but also in LA, because I've heard that people in New York tell me, like, no, dating is way different on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast.
How?
Well, first,
women, I think, right? Well, you tell us.
Well, first and foremost, let me just say this. I don't think that people to LA to get into relationships and seriously settle down. That's the first thing. Let's just put that out there. So it's not like these people, they packed up their life, they relocated to the West Coast because they're like, oh my goodness, I want to meet my wife, or I meet my husband. A lot of people are chasing the bag. They're hustling. And a lot of them don't want to get, I would say, unfocused doing that. And then there's also a different level of competition. You know, there's different levels of how people are hustling, how people are looking. So it really just depends, in my opinion. The best relationships that I've seen since I've been out here have been people that are hustling at the same time and respecting each other's hustle. And they respect that so much and they enjoy each other that kind of works. When there isn't a clear understanding, if you're not on the same page, that usually doesn't work. But in general, people don't move to LA to settle down and get married. It's not that type of city. I don't even think that people really come to LA to date. I think people come to go to New York a little bit more to have fun and to date. LA is kind of like, there's so many things to see. There's so many things to do. You got West Hollywood, Hollywood, Silver Lake. Come on now. Like, people aren't saying like, oh my goodness, am I going to meet my wife at this event? They're like, no, who am I about to take the selfie with at this event? It's different.
At the same time, though, there are a lot of families in LA.
That's true.
A lot of couples in LA.
That's true. I
with
mean,
dogs. You know?
With dogs. Well, I think that's just.
I got the dog.
I think that's just the thing. And then also, I think that at the end of the day, you can find someone. I think that passion and purpose bring people together like nobody's business. Passion, like a passionate man, like an ambitious man, I mean, he can get far. He can get far in LA, especially in the dating scene, because a lot of women are attracted to that. A lot of women want to find someone who's ambitious, that's going to push them, that's going to challenge them.
What does an ambitious man look like to you?
I mean, physically or like...
Right. How does he act? I mean, how do you know a man's ambitious?
I mean, I don't know if it's about what he looks like, more so how he acts.
Who he is.
Who he is as a person. What he says. Character. Yeah, I mean, there's so many hustles that you could possibly have. I mean...
Let's talk about all the kinds of hustles you can have.
Okay. I mean, we can do this modern, the new thing that someone is an Instagram photographer.
Oh.
Now, you may not have thought that that's who you're going to end up with back in the day, but you
No.
know what?
But now,
things are starting to look up. And you're
or
like,
he's a YouTube star.
you know what?
Is that happening for you right now?
No, I'm not dating. I'm not dating an Instagram photographer in LA.
Or a YouTube
Who
star.
are you dating?
Miss T over here is all up in the tea. I mean, I'm just open.
always is.
She all up in the tea. I'm open. I'm open to dating,
Open
but I'm
for what?
You know, I'm open for my
business?
husband to show up. I mean, I don't know what business you're talking about because
No,
the
I
shop
know.
is closed after a certain time. But I'm open to pursuing something that I feel as though it's going to benefit everyone in the long run. Like, I'm not just looking to date just to date to have somebody.
I'm all about me. I just want everybody to know that I'm
She's
selfish.
taking applications.
And I'm all about myself.
Okay. You know, she doesn't like to share.
Nope.
You missed that class. Because I need you to resign from that. I need you to reclaim. You need to learn how to share.
Well, I got tired of being walked all over, you know?
Well.
And so I said, it's all about me now. I care about me. I do me. I make money moves towards me.
Okay.
I do stuff that's going to benefit me and make me look good in the long run.
Okay.
All the time.
Aren't you
I
so
I
gorgeous?
buy me stuff.
Come on.
We're gonna get a massage.
Yes.
Look.
And I do things for myself and it makes me happy.
I do what I want.
My motto is do at least one thing every day that makes you happy.
Right.
If it's eating ice cream,
What did you do today?
Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah, what did you do today that made you happy?
It's X-rated. So
What did she say?
What kind of show is
This
this?
is a kid's show. This is a family
not.
show.
TT.
Somebody's grandma's watching.
Sometimes
Hi,
it's
Granny.
X-rated
Oh, TT's the only X-rated one. Did you have something to sip on before we
I don't know what happened.
I don't know who she is.
Well, I'm just
We
glad
don't
that
know
you.
her.
I can support that. I think that it's amazing that you do things that make you
Yes.
happy. I like the fact that you make money moves for you.
yes, I do.
I think that's amazing. We need more women that make money moves for them.
That's
for
right.
each other.
You know-
Support each
Yeah,
other.
we
Come
always
on.
have to support each other.
You know, I was just having this conversation because I was like, what's the best way to show your sister and your friend that you support them? And I think the best way you can do that at this point is by serving them. Like, how can you service your sister? But people don't like to be in the season of serving. They like to be in the season of shining.
Or
me-
taking
Taking.
and not giving
Right. Right. I think that's an art. You got
Taking.
taking.
and giving.
Right. We need a little bit of balance. A little bit of balance. Support,
you know,
share, and serve.
Give.
We can
And
all
take.
shine together.
I think we're shining now. Just have to have the right light. You know, it's my forehead. But it's the light. She's so silly. These plug songs are amazing. I have to tell you.
Plug you in.
I have
Where
to
you
tell
at?
I have to tell you.
You know,
It's amazing.
it is amazing. This life is amazing. God is good.
Yes. he
These
is.
headphones look amazing on me. I'm gonna wear these tomorrow when I go to the spa.
That's not going to work, buddy.
Right, that's not going to work. But maybe for those who missed it, the reason why she's going to wear these headphones to go to the spa is because her birthday is coming up. 'Cause
My
people
birthday is on
may have missed
Monday,
that. Mhm.
Yes.
and I'm gonna be 30
Mhm.
plus. How many is that?
What?
6?
30 plus
3.
33?
Got it. Yeah.
33.
That's
Yeah.
a good age.
That
I remember
game's
that.
strong.
Yeah.
Let's show them your video about
Oh.
your reclaim campaign here.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nice.
Let's do that.
Yes. So good.
So that is awesome. So what did you do right there? That video at the end, that word resign.
Yes.
Tell them what you did last year.
So last year, about 7 months ago, I did probably one of the biggest, you know how you have those moments in your life to where you know that this is going to alter, of course, you know, you have those moments. So my moment was that I resigned from my 9 to 5. You know, I was in, I was in a place to where I felt overworked. I felt devalued. I didn't really feel appreciated. I was so exhausted. I had been working for so long, and I really felt that I wasn't doing what I needed to do, which was to go full time on my purpose. But of course, you go back and forth because, you know, you have bills, you have things that you need to do, things that you need to produce, people relying on you.
Right.
But I felt like that I just had enough faith that I had to believe that I was that boss and that God was really using me in that way to make that type of choice and that leap, and just believe that everything was going to work out. By far, it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made in 2017. So, and then the interesting part is I sent off this resignation letter to my job. And then after I did that, I started resigning from certain areas in my life. So it just got real deep. So I started writing resignation notices to fear, to limitations. I know it was like a whole process. I sent it to financial stagnation. I sent it to revolving doors, just for all of the exes that are texting and rotation.
So did you say like dear ex?
Yes,
that's
I did.
Been something that's part of my book that's coming out. Like dear ex, like when you really spill the beans. Like this is what you did to me, and this is what I don't deserve, and this is how you made me feel.
And then how you have to sign that is consider this my notice effective immediately.
Right.
Oh, you gotta hit them with the effective. Like it's not even 2 weeks. Like I can't give you time to clean out your desk because you've occupied too much space.
You a box.
No.
Get right.
So
before you get left. Or wait, get right before you get left.
Okay.
To the left.
Okay.
To the left, to the left. Put all your stuff in the box.
But you have to. I think that it's powerful. You need to write those letters and get it out, because sometimes you don't always get the opportunity to say what you need to say to the person or to the thing, but you carry it.
Yeah,
and
you do.
And
women, weight.
Yes, and women, we're good at carrying stuff, but you never noticing. Because let me tell you, we'll get that beat real quick. We'll pop it on and get it popping like a boss does, but we're carrying this weight. So the best thing I possibly could have done was pick those areas in my life to where there was just weight that was holding me down, and just resign from all of those areas. Revolving doors were like situations, unhealthy habits, diet, all the type of things that I acquired, during that season and during that time. Yeah, I sent a resignation notice to that too. Like, you've occupied my mental capacity and my day-to-day operations long enough. It's a done deal. We can no longer continue in this relationship.
That's cool.
I'm out.
That's good. That's good. So what can you say to women who are in a position where, let's say they make 6 figures a year, right? And they know their value, they know their strengths, etc. But they're like, I just don't want to give up that income, right? Because I need it to pay my bills.
That's so interesting. I have a story about that.
Tell me the story.
Okay, one of the women, Kimberly, if you're listening, in Atlanta, who's
the
actually
one in the video, right?
Yes. Okay. Amazing. I want to make sure I get this all right, Kimberly. Do not be mad at me if I get certain stuff wrong. But she's a lawyer. She graduated from, I believe, Georgetown Law. And she worked for one of the top law firms in Atlanta, making well over 6 figures.
Oh my God.
And, working very long and hard to be able to make this money. And she heard the Lord say that I need you to minimize so I can mobilize you. Ooh. And she struggled with that, because it's kind of like, I worked this long to be able to acquire this amount of income and salary. There's a lot of people that would never see this amount of money in their account.
Right.
So she, after time, decided to go ahead on and resign and start her own company, to where now she actually does patents for people's businesses.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
Well, she resigned, I want to say 9 years later, and now her company is worth over $1 million as an independent. So she said something that I thought it was so powerful, that what you may deem as a lot, that's not what God may deem as a lot.
Right.
So we may be so boxed into, I make $180K a year. And he's like, well, you're so busy trying to hold on to that $180K, I can't bless you with that $2.5 million.
Right.
Oh,
And we gotta believe that God is that big to where He can go ahead and drop it like that. Like if we're gonna be,
that.
Drop it in my bank account.
that He can. I believe
I
that
got
He can.
M's in my
He
bank
can
account.
do that.
M's in my bank account.
So those types of stories, like when I heard that story, so she was like, sometimes you're not resigning because you're unhappy with your work or you're not making money. Sometimes you're in a really good place, but you know that God may be calling you into a different direction. So, I mean, that's what I would say. I would say if you're making really good money and you are really debating, okay, what should I do? I'll really pray on it and ask, like, but is this what's God's best is? Like, this may be what your best is. Like, this is what I work very hard for. This is what I have. But what is God's best? And if God's best is going to do that triple or 10 times what you have, then I would say go full steam on that. But it just takes someone that has a certain amount of obedience and faith on that. You got to think that God is that boss. Like, you got to believe that wholeheartedly to leave something so secure like that, especially when
That's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. Really, really hard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The struggle is real probably in the beginning.
Come
too.
on, what? I mean, the humility. Like, you have to think. Like, you're going from,
Yeah.
you know,
100 to 0 real quick.
real quick. So, and then you have,
Oh.
and then you have to go back to that 0 to 1,000. And then what
Oh
you
my
saying?
gosh.
You, I mean,
I can't imagine. Props
mean,
to
Kim.
what's her name? Kim.
Kim.
Wow.
Shouts
Kim.
out to Kim.
I don't know if I could ever do that, Kim. So I'm proud of you for making
Yeah.
that choice.
That's gotta be scary.
It is. And
Yeah.
what you were talking about was letting go, not knowing what we're about to receive, right? So I was listening to church. You know, I might say a few curse words here and there, but I promise you guys.
Here and there.
They flow, but you know, I do curse as well, and He loves us all the same. So go ahead on with the
Like,
story.
forgive me, Lord.
Relatable, relate.
So I was my goal. One of my goals on my goal board, or I didn't even put it on my goal board, but it's in my heart, is to go to church every Sunday, even if it means logging on and watching. Right. So I was listening to Pastor Greg Laurie. I don't know if you guys know who he is. One of the mega church pastors. He's from Riverside, California, but if you want to go to harvest.org, really, really good pastor. Anyways, he was talking about how same kind of concept, right? We're like so scared like to give, and it was talking about tithing, right? And in the Bible it talks about like trust me in this, and that's pretty much the only thing that the Bible says trust me on, right? And tithing. But he was talking about how his son gave his grandson, so the son gave this little boy a bag of chips, right? And the boy was eating the chips, and then the dad goes like, hey son, can I have a chip? And then the son was like I want to give you a chip, like I don't want to share. And then dad's like what do you mean? Like, I gave you the bag of chips, yet you don't want to share a chip with me?
Okay, that's really
Like, it's just one chip, you know? I gave you the bag of chips.
This one's on too. Look, I'm blowing on it.
Oh, he said yes. It's better now.
Okay.
Fix.
Yay!
I did something right.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next Thursday's episode at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.